Chodesh Tov, a good Chodesh Shvat to everybody. Hopefully we will hear much good news during this month. I think, and I'm saying something that is probably obvious to everybody. I think the very, fact whether you say it or whether you don't, that is the big problem when it comes to facing our enemy. Because it didn't start on the 7th of October. It didn't start in 1948 either. It started way before. Yesterday, I met with a group of young people at a pre-military academy. Not a religious one, again 50, 60, again post-high school graduates, not religious students in this academy, probably not even, right wing. And they asked me, so what are you suggesting? What will we do with the Arabs? They really are very worried. And again, not because of weakness, I would say out of fear. What are we going to do? What will be? And I said, we have to be confident. What does it mean, confident? And I said a sentence to them. I hadn't thought of it before. I hadn't thought of it beforehand, but let me say it now to you. I'll tell you what we have to do. We have to retract from the division plan, partition plan. And even, I'm not trying to, criticize the decisions of the national institutions from back then that agreed to the partition plan, but every resolution has its time, has its purpose, but from that day that we agreed to the partition plan, from that day the enemy understood that we are willing to share our territory with them. And if you are willing to share, then we can fight you. So we can take it away from you. This is a Mishnah of our time. There was a Mishnah from long ago, and the Mishnah from back then would say, two people hold a talis. One of them said, it belongs to me. Another person says, it's really yours. I mean, can we maintain such neighborly relations? Can we actually, even conduct a war in this fashion? Our country, all of us think that, we deserve this territory. How do I know? Because we did not apply sovereignty over our land. Because we have left an entire area, again, open to discussion, under a question mark, so to speak. This territory, land that can be negotiated over, is a central reason for this war that will never end. Those young people said, will it not end? And I said, why should it? Why should it? The British, 2 minutes after they got the mandate, promised us a state, a homeland, call it what you will. They promised us a state from the Jordan, from the Jordan to from the Jordan to the River Prat to the Euphrates. This was again the biblical borders, and then the Arabs revolted, and they started again building the Jordan Empire Kingdom. They started cutting from our homeland until they arrived at the partition plan. So what does the Arabs see? The Arab individual, look, the Jews got everything. 106 years of war since the Balfour Declaration. 80% we've given back already. This is how the Arab perceives it. After 100 years of war, they gave back 80%. It's almost all Arab. So what is left? Okay, so let's fight for another 100. We'll take everything. They don't see things in the short term. They see a much bigger picture. They fought for about 100 years. They were able to retrieve 80% of the territory. So let's fight more. We are not even able to say to ourselves, we are not able to say to the world a very simple sentence. It belongs to me entirely. I think that this perception, or again, the thought that a Palestinian state can be established. People from the right will say this as well. we have to be pragmatic. We have to say that it can be built, that it can be established, but we won't let it happen. But we have to say that it should be established. Because if we say that there should be a Palestinian state, then maybe we'll be able to move forward. We'll have a few more years. We'll be able to prosper. I want to come and say, I would like to be a bit subversive. I would like to undermine this conception. And this is exactly what I would like to say. No. The fact that we are even willing to say that maybe there could be a Palestinian state, that would be the reason that this war will never end. Only when we say that there is no place for a foreign entity in the land of Israel, only then will the war end. And if it don't happen, yes, it won't happen right away. We'll have to fight. We'll have, again, victims. But even if it takes 100 years, the war will end, because you have to be victorious when it comes to war. Because, again, if the war, which only you sign a ceasefire and you are not victorious, this war continues from one generation to the next. We are inheriting this war to our children and grandchildren if we do not apply sovereignty, and if we do not remove from the agenda that great big question mark of our state that we deserve. We have to remove that question mark from how we express ourselves and from the agenda. I think that is the real answer. That is, again, that is in terms of security. This is the answer in terms of practices. Is an answer. We would like to have full sovereignty apply on all the areas of the land of Israel. And I think this is a place, this is a time to say thank you so much to the wonderful organizers, Nadia and Yudit, and to all the partners that for a moment have not forgotten, and we, Nadia and Yudit, have not forgotten, nor have we forgotten this simple truth. Thank you so much.